Good morning, Guardians. Briar Rabbit here. Today we got a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to jump right into it. First of all, I want to talk about the Perma Destiny Challenge. So those of you who've tuned into my Twitch channel of late have seen that I've been starting new characters and basically deleting them every time I die. This is a challenge that was issued by King Gathalion on his YouTube. I'll actually put a link to his YouTube video in which he issues this challenge to other Twitch streamers. It's actually a hilarious video for more than one reason, so I highly recommend checking out that video because it's really funny. But basically, here's the challenge: is you start a new character on a new account. So on PlayStation, this is pretty easy. I haven't checked it out on Xbox, but on PlayStation, it's pretty easy. As long as you have a valid PlayStation Network account, you can start another local account on a PlayStation for free, and it uses that PlayStation Network account for its internet access, for its Destiny access. So basically, you start a brand new account and a brand new character. On this new character, you don't have any glimmer, you don't have any achievements, you don't have anything. You don't have any weapons or armor. There's just nothing on this character at all. And then you jump into Destiny like it's your first time. You know, you basically start playing through the campaign. And you just keep going. You just keep working on leveling up that character, getting better gear, getting better items, until you die. And when you die, you delete your character. Now, the goal here is to get as far as you can without dying. The end goal is hopefully to collect a bunch of exotics, if not all of the exotics. That's going to be really hard to do because, dying in Destiny is pretty easy to do. It doesn't matter if you jump off a cliff. If you die, you die. If you're in a social space and somebody pushes you off of it and kills you in the tower or in the reef, you're dead, you delete your character. If you are fighting a boss, you die, you delete your character. So it puts a bunch of high stakes on your gameplay in Destiny. Basically, to me, it feels like I'm constantly playing a Year 1 Nightfall, where if I die, I get kicked to orbit and have to start over. But it's even worse, is not only do I get kicked to orbit, I have to delete my character. Any equipment or weapons or armor that I've earned all gets deleted. I start from scratch, I design a new character, and I get back in there. So far, I've died twice. I had a Warlock die at level 9, and man, I'll tell you, that was my first death, and it hurt more than I expected it to. I'll be honest with you. It was heartbreaking because I'd spent about 2 or 3 hours with that character. Was feeling pretty good. Got to the Sword of Crota mission where you have to fight the Sword Brothers with the Sword of Crota, and I died in that fight. I just wasn't playing very well, and I died, and I was super upset about it. And my second character was a Titan, and I jumped right in, died again because I was still mad about the last death, and I was playing stupid. So my third character, which I'm still working on, I think I'm level 12, 13, or 14. I'm in that range somewhere. Feeling pretty good. I'm being very cautious, but I gotta tell you, it's a new way to play Destiny. If you're getting a little bit bored with Destiny right now, but you still want to keep playing it, this is a really fun challenge to do. And I'd love to hear your stories on Twitter. It's like, hook me up. Like, how did you die while attempting the Perma Destiny challenge? Because these stories are going to be amazing. I'd love to hear them. If you end up trying the Perma Destiny challenge, I would really like to hear your stories of near-death experiences and how you died, especially if they're funny, because I'd really love to hear those. So that's what I've been up to with Destiny, and I gotta tell you, I highly recommend it. It's really fun. Thank you to King Gathalion for recommending it, for issuing the challenge. I will be continuing on that path for the foreseeable future because I'm having so much fun with it, as well as playing some other games. Not today, though, because today we're having maintenance. The Destiny servers will be down for maintenance from 8 a.m. Pacific time to 2 p.m. Pacific time, or 11 a.m. Eastern time to 5 p.m. Eastern time. Now, I don't have any information about exactly why there's maintenance today, but my suspicion is because of the nearness of the PlayStation Experience. The PlayStation Experience is happening this weekend. My suspicion is that the maintenance is to basically prepare the servers for SRL. My guess is we'll also be getting an update relatively soon. I don't know when SRL is going to happen. My assumption is that it's going to happen next week. They're going to announce SRL at the PlayStation Experience, and then early next week, possibly reset day on Tuesday, SRL will go live and we'll be playing it. At some point between now and then, I expect to get a game update that enables SRL for players, and my suspicion is that's what maintenance is for today, is to prepare the servers not only for SRL, but also to push an update to console players for the SRL. Now, I would also like to see a few other things in that update. I'll be completely honest with you. I would love to see a balance patch for Destiny, specifically for the Crucible. The weapon meta in Destiny has been the same for a while now. I'd love to see an adjustment. I'd love to see a reduction in the prominence of the Matador, maybe a slight buff to all primaries across the board. But any change actually at this point would be nice, just because whenever they change the meta in Destiny, whenever they change what the best guns are for Destiny, it always piques my curiosity in the game more, because now I want to go in, I want to find what are the best weapons right now in Destiny for the Crucible, and then I want to go grind to get them, to get god rolls on them. So I actually really like when they change up the meta, when they change up the weapon balancing, because now that god roll Clever Dragon I have might not be the gun I want to use for every Trials of Osiris match. Maybe now it's going to be a different scout rifle or pulse rifle, or hell, even an auto rifle. Who knows what it could be, depending on how they change up the meta. Maybe the Matador isn't the only weapon you ever see used in the Crucible. You know, like, any change at this point would be welcome, in my opinion. Change is good when it comes to the Crucible, just because it keeps things fresh, and I really enjoy that. I really like when they change it up. I'd also love to see an increase to vault space. I'm surprised we haven't seen it already, and I'm starting to think that we're not going to see it, that the next time we're going to see a significant increase to vault space, or have more rooms in our vaults, is when Destiny 2 comes out. And the reason I say that is because they didn't do it for Rise of Iron, and I fully would have expected them to. Because of all the new gear, all the weapons, all the new armor especially, that came out with Rise of Iron, to not get new vault spaces really put some pressure on, you know, basically older Destiny players who've been around for a while and have Vault of Glass armor and Crota's End armor and House of Wolves armor. You know, all of those pieces that you don't necessarily want to get rid of. You don't necessarily play with every day. You know, I don't play with my Vault of Glass armor every day. In fact, I rarely ever play with it, but I like having it because it's that trophy, you know? It's the end result of many, many hours spent in the Vault of Glass, and to delete it is just kind of sad to me. But those choices are coming right now because there's so much good stuff to get in Destiny from Rise of Iron, whether it be the new Trials of Osiris armor, the armor from the Rise of Iron record book, or from Iron Banner, or from the Wrath of the Machine raid. You know, there's a lot of really cool armor sets that are worth collecting, and there's just not room for it. Not for me in my vault, and same goes with weapons. So I would have really liked to see a vault increase, a vault space increase in Rise of Iron, and the fact that they didn't put it there really surprised me and shocked me and even angered me a little bit. But now I'm really getting to the point where I think that this isn't going to happen, and my suspicion is there's a technical reason. There's either a technical or a financial reason that they just can't do this. Either it's, and it might be both, right? It might be that it technically could happen, but it would come at great cost to Bungie, and right now Bungie is really focusing on Destiny 2, so they just don't want to put the time, the effort, and the money into increasing vault space, right? There's, you know, obviously if they really wanted to do it, they could, but it may be so absorbently expensive that they just can't justify doing it. In which case, I guess I can understand that. I'm not happy about it, but I guess I could understand it. But having the maintenance today just kind of threw that in my face a little bit, brought that up in my mind a little bit, that we still don't have an increase in vault space. I'd really love to see an increase in vault space, especially if we get an April update or something along those lines this year. You know, now with SRL coming presumably next week, you know, that's a whole nother gear set that it may even be more than one gear set. If there's a record book and a regular gear set, you may want both of those. And man, for me, there's just no room for it. There's just no room in my inventory for new stuff at this point. It really is going to come down to deleting stuff like my Vault of Glass armor, my Vault of Glass weapons, maybe Trials of Osiris stuff, you know, and that doesn't make me real happy. It makes me a little bit sad. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'd love to see a game update with a Crucible balance patch and Vault Space update, but don't know if either one are going to happen. Maintenance today, so the game will be down from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll probably stream some Doom or possibly The Witcher 3 until the servers come up, and then continue on with my Perma Destiny challenge over on Twitch. Because I've just been having a blast with that. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow.